Hey, I'm back again, and it is the next month, June. I am so proud of myself, and I am so happy that you are here to watch along with me as I make a progress towards being a better me as it relates to self discipline and setting and achieving my monthly goals and just my growth along the way, along working on these goals. So, again, this I'm Mary Guy, and I am here to share my progress on some goals that I've set out to accomplish. And by me setting out these goals and putting them down and listing them out, and then each month I am working my way towards achieving them, I'm establishing my self discipline along the way, which is the key aspect of achieving any goal in life. And so there are a lot of things that I would want to move towards. And in order to be able to move towards it, I have to have some way of tracking it. And what better way of doing that than by setting a goal that pushes me towards my overall goal? So for the month of May, I had a set of goals. And then since it's now a new month, I'm here to share with you what my goals for this upcoming month is. And also, there is a piece that I will be sharing my progress on some of these goals. I kind of go back into the recent years or recent months and show what I've done as it relates to this goal, and then showing where I'm planning on reaching by the end of this month. So, again, welcome here to my YouTube channel. If you find this interesting or something that you would want to also keep tabs on as you progress, maybe it'll motivate you as well when it comes to your goals. And when you see how far I'm able to get achieving my goals, maybe some of my goals are similar to some goals that you would want to have. So, whatever the case may be, I just ask you to like, comment, and subscribe so that you'll be able to watch all of the videos that I upload, which I'm actually making it so easily accessible to you by adding it to a playlist that you can watch in the order in which I've uploaded, or you can watch out of turn, whichever way you want to do. But I am here again to share with you guys my goals, and so I'm going to go ahead and just get right into it. So I'm going to start by sharing what my May 2025 goals are before I reveal to you what my June 2025 goals will be or is currently. And I'll continue doing this kind of just, I like to see what my goals were in the past, how well I've done on those goals, which ones did I meet, which one I did not meet. And then as I go along, it just shows my progression in the direction in which I'm moving. So for May 2025, I had a total of 6 goals. Goal number one was to earn at least $2,000 from DoorDash. Yes, that was the supplementary income that I was earning. I know at the beginning of that month, I wasn't really sharing what that actually was, but at the end of the month, I actually revealed that it was actually DoorDash, supplementary income from DoorDash. Goal number two, pay off Chase credit card. At the beginning of the month, my balance was $1,384.42. Goal number three was to lose at least 10 pounds. My starting weight as of April the 27th, 2025 was 239 pounds. Goal number four was to start a sequel course on Microsoft to advance my programming skills. Goal number five, read, study, and meditate on self-discipline. Goal number six, implement self-discipline in all areas of my life. So as of May 2025, I actually met goal number two, goal number three, four, five, and six. I didn't quite meet goal number one. I was $139 and some change shy of meeting that $2,000 goal that I set out to. So, in retrospect of how I did on my May 2025 goals, my June goals kind of adds more to or continues some of those goals. So, let's see what my goals are for this month. So, goal number one is to post 30 products to sell on Teachers Pay Teachers. So, this is another supplementary income that I've been alluding to in my previous videos. And I've actually started doing this around 20. I actually had the account years before 2022, before actually selling. And since opening up my account to actually post products to sell, I've actually been making some sales. However, because of the inconsistency and not being disciplined in how I drop products onto my account, I'm not really reaching my full potential of what I actually could earn from this. So that's why I set this as a goal, to kind of put in place some type of standard of what my expectations are. And so by posting 30 products, that means each day this month, or it doesn't necessarily have to be each day, because again, I'm only doing my check ins weekly. So I'm not going to be posting a video every single day like I did for the month of May. I will now transition to posting on Saturdays my progress on each of the goals to allow me time to work on, for example, this goal. So the time that I'm spending on making a video and posting it, I could be putting towards that time on making a product and posting it on Teachers Pay Teachers, along with continuing whatever my other goals are. So that's my goal. Number one is to post 30 products to sell on my Teachers Pay Teachers account. Goal number two is to earn at least $1,600 from DoorDash. So last month my goal was to earn at least $2,000. I didn't quite meet that. This month I'm bumping it down just a little bit because I know that I'm looking at my calendar over here. I have a calendar on the wall for the month of June. I have 4 Saturdays in the month of June, and just kind of eyeballing how I did on my DoorDash goal last month, I was a little bit shy of $400 each week is what I was earning. So I want to continue that and possibly make more than that, but I'm just using it as my baseline because that's how much I was able to earn, um, mostly for each week last month. So kind of using that goal as my baseline, since I didn't reach that goal of $2,000. So I'm actually taking what I actually did earn as the baseline for this month to say, okay, let me see if I can continue this and hopefully make more. So that's why I put at least, because I want to make more than that, more than likely, but that can be like my baseline to just set that a standard. And then more so this month than last month, I will more than likely be transitioning to more of my normal work of door dashing normally on the weekends. I might, just because of the fact that some Sundays I'm not able to earn, I'm going to maybe transition to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then whenever I can do Sundays, I'll do Sundays, or whenever I can do any other days, I can do any other days. But I don't want to work throughout the whole week because then that's going to take away time from earning or making products for goal number one. So I have to kind of find a balance. So this month, my strategy is going to be relooking at my hour by hour schedule, my routine that I have set out for myself, and really sitting down and figuring out what are my time frames are going to be for earning money with DoorDash, as well as making time for, you know, making products, creating products, and posting them on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I'm actually going to have to plan that out, and I will be sharing that with you as well on my recap videos by the week. Goal number three is to pay off my Best Buy account. So last month, I had the Chase credit card that I paid off, and it was a total of $1,380. And this next one on my budget list to pay off is the Best Buy account, where I purchased a flat screen TV, 85 inches Samsung TV, for my son's playroom. And I actually purchased this for his Christmas present. So December of 2024, I actually made the purchase and I started making payments on it up until this point. But actually, this month, I want to go ahead and pay that off. I want to go ahead and pay it off because I have some other things on my budget that I would want to work towards paying off as well. So, my if I'm gonna pay this off, that means that I would have to pay off $395 each week. So by the end of each week, I should have made $395 payment toward this account. And this actually correlates a little bit to goal number 2 of earning 1,600. So then if I actually earn $1,600 from DoorDash, the money that I earn from DoorDash could go straight towards this account to where it won't even touch um my regular account or my regular paycheck. And then also goal number 1, even though I didn't set it up to be more so on the side of earning money, um more than likely when I post more products on my Teachers Pay Teachers, I will be able to make more money on those products because I have more products available for people to purchase. And I will share with you when I get to the slide some details on my Teachers Pay Teachers account. Goal number 4 is to lose at least 10 pounds. Well, my starting weight, well, I'm going to actually reveal to you today what my starting weight is. So question mark, question mark, question mark. But if you can remember from my May 2025 goals, my actually starting weight for that month was 239, and I actually met that goal. So if I met that goal, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, that would let you know that I lost at least 10 pounds. So let's just say that my starting weight was 229. So at most, I should only weigh 229 if I met that goal for May 2025. However, I will actually reveal to you on this video what that starting weight actually is so that I can jumpstart my goal towards losing an additional 10 pounds for the month of June. And goal number 5 is to open up a savings account. So I talked about this on during May 2025, even though it wasn't written down as one of my goals. It came about as one of the things that I would want to work on. On during May 2025, I've had several maybe like 2 times that I had to travel out of town. One time for Mother's Day weekend that came across as an expense. Another time was for a wedding event that was also an expense. And then I've noticed, just by being more aware of what I'm spending my money on, that I tend to travel at least once a month somewhere. And so, what better way to prepare for those traveling moments than by having a separate account that's saved up for specifically that, along with some of the other things that I would love to set up. For example, emergency funds. If there's anything that happens with my car, anything that happens that I need to do, like maybe doctor bills or anything that is like a major emergency fund, I want to go ahead and start setting up an account for that. And I never have, to be honest. I just work from my budget, work from my personal account, and make those payments towards whatever those incidents are. But I want to be a little bit more structured with my finances, directly related to one of my statements that I was studying and learning about last month. It says to pay yourself first. And so this is my way of making that a goal on paper to work towards. So this is my way of paying myself first by opening up these savings accounts. And then hopefully in the future, I'll be able to automate how I have for one of my savings that I have for my son, to automate deposits into these accounts and then just watch them just grow over time into what I didn't have before. So it's probably starting out, my goal with these accounts is Right now, I'm just trying to push money into them, push whatever money I can push into those accounts, and just watch them grow and see how far they can grow before the end of this year. And I will be sharing that with you guys. And more than likely, I can foresee there being goals continuing throughout, where it's maybe switching it up from saying opening up the savings account, where I'm actually setting goals to see how much I can actually deposit or earn from these savings accounts. So by the end of this month, I have a total of 5 goals I am specifically working on, and these are the goals. So I'm going to go to each of these goals and kind of just share some more details about them. So for my goal number 1, to post 30 products to sell on Teachers Pay Teachers, I actually went there and I looked at my account and I looked at my sales report, and I came up with this chart. I actually have it on an Excel sheet. This chart here shows how much I made for, like, how much sales did I make. But then because I'm posting and using this platform, Teachers Pay Teachers, where a lot of teachers come or a lot of people come to actually purchase products, they actually charge a fee that they take out from the profit that I make. So if I posted or earned if I actually sold products to that amount, to a certain dollar amount, I'll get only a certain percentage of that amount that I sold. So that's what this chart is sharing with you, is actually sharing with you how much did people buy, what was the total cost of all the products that people bought from me, and then how much money did I actually earn from that sale. Because and there are different account types that you can have with Teachers Pay Teachers. And when I started out, I actually had the basic one, which means I didn't make as much percentage, as high as a percentage as I'm making now, because I actually switched my account to a higher percentage one. So I'm no longer like a basic one. I think I went to premium. I have to look at those different accounts and know what they named them. But I know in 2024, it was actually a goal of mine to actually try my each year. Actually, in the back of my mind, I've been wanting to be more consistent with this, but I haven't mastered being consistent with this. And that goes along with self discipline. That goes along with having that discipline to be able to be consistent with posting products, creating products, and creating a workflow that actually works. So I'm not taking so much time creating the products. And before I need to try to do a better turnaround, I want to have a better turnaround time. So if you notice here in 2024, the amount that I earn is very, very close to the amount of sales. That's because of what I was just explaining. That actually, I actually started. I switched my account to a higher premium, so that I'm actually making more money towards what I'm posting and what I'm selling. So in 2022, and I actually have this by the year. So in the year 2022, I made a total of $65 in sales, but I only earned $33.65 of that $65. In 2023, I sold a total of $152.99 worth of products, but I actually earned $78.50 of that sale. And then 2024 is when I switched my account to a more premium. I made $48 in sales, and I earned $36.85 worth of my sales. And then this year so far, I've only sold $23 worth of products, and I've made $18.40 on those products, which really, I don't think that I've posted anything for this year. I think I have a total of, if I were to go to my account, I'm going to actually share my account. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see my account on Teachers Pay Teachers as I talk through the details of this. So here's my sales report. And as you can see, like if I were to, I think I actually did earn some money so I can actually show, I actually earned on 2 products for this year so far. And none of those products are new products that I've actually posted because, yeah, so these are things that I actually posted some time ago. Math curriculum, seating chart. And if I were to look at 2024, so I earned, so this is kind of like where you can go to see who purchased from you and so forth and so on. So I earned from 7 products in 2024. I sold probably the most in 2023. That's a total of 16. And that's probably around the time that I was making posts. Like I was actually posting products. And so you can see it correlates to how much I'm actually posting. If I'm not posting much, then more than likely I'm not going to make much. So that's why I set this as my goal to actually make. Yeah, so then 2022, I actually posted or earned from 7 items. And even though I think I had my account in 2021, I didn't make anything because I don't think I posted anything 2020. Yeah, so even if I go all the way back to, and I know I didn't have my account in 2000, but just to see. Yeah, so, and so like here is my actual store. So here's my store. So here's my store here on Teachers Pay Teachers. I have me a nice banner. I have some good ratings. I have a little bit of following. Got me a nice little description up here about myself. And I also have my social media linked, which I'm going to be planning on using my social media as a form of. So I have even a Facebook account for this, an Instagram account for this. And so I just really, really need to, I really just need to utilize that because my plan is to use these two as marketing strategies. So as soon as I post something here, I can go and post it on my social media account. So it'll kind of run as an ad to notify people of my new dropped content. So I have a total of 13 resources here that I've uploaded. So I got some pre-K things, some math, some general things, a seating chart, lesson plans, first day of school, Jeopardy game, teacher planner, calendar writing skills, guided notes, template, days of the week practice, months of the year practice. It's bundles. Most of the stuff that I posted, and that's another thing, I've posted things that are bundled. And it has really taken time to get all those because these things are like some of them like over 100 pages. And I also include like the keys. I also include the key products. So sort by bestsellers. So I guess this is my bestseller. If I sort by most recent, yeah, so that's my most recent one. And yeah, so these are I have some freebies on my account as well. So I've gotten some ratings on those. So yeah, so this is my Teachers Pay Teachers account. I'm actually going to post it in the description below just in case anyone comes across what I share on my video and you would like to purchase from me, I'll share my link to my social medias on this as well. So that's pretty much my page there. So I'm going to go back to my goals. All right, so that's my goal number one, to post 30 products to sell on Teachers Pay Teachers. So let me go ahead and continue with goal number two, to earn at least $1,600 from DoorDash. So last month I was able to earn, and you can see in this chart here, it shares with you how much I've been able to earn so far. And I went ahead and shared that I've already started making earnings in the month of June. Not much, because again, it's June the 1st, so it's like the first day of the month. So, of course, granted that I wouldn't have much of a progress, but over this month, hopefully it'll be up here, at least in between these two lines, because that's where my goal is. So this just shows how much I was able to earn from DoorDash so far this year. And so I'm just going to continue this bar chart, this bar graph, to kind of show where I'm at in comparison to the previous months. March and May have been my highest earning months. And then the other months are pretty much around at least $1,000. So I know for sure it's very easy for me to make $1,000, no doubt, just from door dashing in a month, depending on how many days I put towards it and how many of the weekend days I actually put towards it. So my goal is to now earn $1,600 at least from this for this month of June. And my plan is, just like I've said before, is to more than likely, I'm gonna have to come up with me a day by day, like hour by hour schedule, like Mondays, Tuesday, what am I gonna be doing? How much time am I gonna be spending towards the different things that I'm trying to work towards? That's the only way that I see that I would be able to manage achieving both these goals, Teachers Pay Teachers and DoorDash. So I'm here to see how far I can actually go this month. I was originally going to set the goal to $2,000 again, but because I didn't quite reach that last month, and I know I was working myself really hard as far as like trying to achieve that goal, I'm just trying to edit the goal just a little bit to make it more manageable, to where I can more than likely achieve, just based off of what I've done in the past. It still is a goal to achieve, because there's only been 2 months this year so far that I've gone beyond 1,600. All the other months, January, February, and April, have been below. So I don't want to go below that amount. So I'm just using it as my baseline this month, just to see how much I can actually earn again. Goal number three is to pay off my Best Buy account. I have a total of $1,580 in my balance. So that would mean that I would have to make a payment for the next 4 Saturdays of $395 each week. So I have this chart here that I've created with dates that says, okay, when am I wanting to make these payments? So by June the 7th, I want to have made $395 towards this payment towards this account. June the 14th, another $395 towards this account. June the 21st, another $395 towards this account. And then June the 28th, the remaining amount of 14 cents with $395. So I can clear out this account altogether and have this account at zero balance. And I know, like, my son's birthday is coming up in August. And one of the things that's at the top of our list to get him is his own personal computer. He has a tablet and all that stuff, but he's 8 years old. He'll be 9 this upcoming I'm sorry, he'll be 8. He's 7 now. He'll be 8 years old this upcoming August. And so I know that this account will be of great use to me to be able to look at some computers for him so that he'll have his own little personal computer station in his bedroom. Probably wouldn't put it in his playroom just because I want to set aside a place where he knows, this is something serious you want to take care of and things like that. So once I pay off this account, I'm just going to be gearing myself up for how much money am I willing to put back onto this account towards paying off his or paying for a computer for him. So I'm going to start looking for some different computer deals. He'll get a computer. I'm thinking of getting him a computer and a printer. And so that way he has his own little setup and start teaching him, typing and searching on the keyboard, things like that. So when he wants to print out different things that he'd be liking to print, he'll have his own little station that he can do that on. So that's just kind of foreshadow or going into seeing where my goal is going. But directly related to this goal is being able to pay off these bills. So in the account of having to use this account again, I would want to be more aware of, very much aware. I don't want to put it too far beyond where I'm not able to pay it off in a month. So my goal is to more than likely put something on this account, for example, the computer and the printer, to where I'm actually able to pay it off before the end of that month, because I have another account that I'm going to be working towards after this to get that paid off, and that's going to be due to pay off before the end of this year. So I want to have that account also wiped off. And once I get this next one paid off, I only have two more that are in the top of my mind, but those are going to take a little bit longer to pay off. But again, I'm just trying to clear down my budget with my credits and my credit card balances and stuff, and making those more manageable to where once I get all these accounts cleared out, I'm going to use it, but I'm only going to use as much as I'm able to pay in a month. So that way, every single month, even though I've accrued some money or a balance on these, like for example, last month with the Chase credit card, I've already put a small little amount of money back onto there, spent it for something, but I'm planning on paying that off. Like that's going to be paid off by the end of this month before the bill is due. So, with that being said, and I forgot I need to change my heading here. Let me make sure I change my heading. So let me stop sharing, and then I'm going to reshare again in a minute, because it says May, but it should say June for this particular one. I just forgot to change my heading. Make sure all my other ones say June. I think because I actually copied that one from whatever. So let's just see. Okay, so I corrected that head title. So it's June 2025 goal number 3. So to pay off that account. All right, so goal number 4 is to lose at least 10 pounds. And so I'm here today to reveal to you what my weigh-in is for the beginning part of June. So I'm going to go through what my progression was for the month of May. So for the month of May, I also set out to have a goal to lose 10 pounds, and my starting weight was 239. On May the 1st, I weighed 237. May the 4th, 235.2 pounds. May the 11th, 233.8 pounds. May the 18th, 232. May the 25th, 227.4. And so I had met my May 2025 goal as of May 2025, or May 25, 2025. So now it is June the 1st, and I also have this same goal to continue throughout to lose at least 10 pounds. So what is my weight? for this month? Well, actually, I have a video to share with you again, as I've done in the past for my May 2025 goal for losing 10 pounds. I have a video to share with you of me actually weighing myself today to see what that goal should be. What should that goal weight? What is my weight actually today? So let me go ahead and share with you that video. It's me. I'm here to give my update on my weight. This is June the 1st, and I am here to weigh myself. So here, 225.3. Let's step back. Let's see if it's the same. 225.3. Yay! I am so excited because this is the beginning of this month. So I'm on a new set of my goals, and I'm excited to make progress throughout that. I can gladly say, even though my projected weight was to be 229, I actually weighed 225.3 pounds. Yay! I am so excited. So this is going to jumpstart my month goal for the month of June to lose 10 more pounds. So that means by the end of this month, I should be down to at most 215 pounds, 0.3. So 220, 215. And I was thinking 217, but 215. So I actually lost 2 more additional pounds. So let's just say I continue that. So hopefully I should be down to 200 and something. So by the end of this month, I should be at about 215. But let's just say that I lose more than that. Who knows? So then by July, I should be 205. By August, I should be 195. By September, I would be 185. By October, I would be 175. By November, I would be 165. And then December, 155, which would be a healthy range for me because I shared on a previous video my BMI, which actually for this goal, I'm going to be tracking my BMI as well. So on this next slide, there's a graph that I will be sharing that shows my weight in pounds as well as my BMI. And so if I were to look on and I probably actually put the scale at the top of here for the next videos to kind of share what the healthy range of BMI is. And I'll probably snip it from my phone because on my phone, on my health app, it actually has a nice little graph. So it shows like the BMI. It shows my BMI where I'm at. I'm currently at 35.3 as of June the 1st. And then it has a nice little graph at the top as well. So that BMI 35.3, BMI of 35.3 female. That still puts me in class 2 obesity. So I still have a high risk. Not saying that it would happen, but when my BMI is this high, it means that I am high risk of health problems like heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, certain types of cancers, and things like that. So to better my chances at warding those off, I want to get myself down to a healthy weight. So if I get down to 155, that will more than likely. I'm just going to enter this in just to see. I'm just going to enter it in, but then I'll delete it. 155. So if I was at 155, I would be in a healthy weight range. I would be right below where I need to be. My BMI would be 24.3. It would be 24.3. And that'll be by the end of um by November or by December. Let's see what my BMI would be for 167 or 165. I would be in a healthy range. I will almost be in a healthy range by the end of November. So somewhere between November and December is how far it will take me to reach a healthy range to where my BMI would be in a healthy range. And then let's just say, let me just do this. By October, what would my BMI be? I would be 27.7. By September, weight of 185. I would be 29. My BMI would be 29. By August, 195. So I'll still be in the 30s. I'll be done by August. In between August and September, my BMI would now be below 30, which is actually pretty good because then that doesn't put me in class 2 obesity. I'll just be obese. So that just shows me when I will reach past that threshold. And then July, I'll still be in the 30, 32.4. I'll be getting close to being below 30 for my BMI. And then June, by the end of this month, if I meet this goal, my BMI should be 33.7. So, and then my BMI for the month of May was 35. Well, I have that on the screen already. So I'm going to delete this because this is not accurate. I just want to kind of use it to get my BMI. So if I were to continue on this progression of losing 10 pounds each month, we already know my BMI for the month of my BMI for April at the weight of 239 was 37.5 or 37.6, which is, I need to see what the range of that is. Let's see, let me pull it back up. So 37.6 is class 2 obesity, and class 3 obesity is above 40. So underweight is less than 18.5. Normal weight, so I want to be in normal weight range. So that means my BMI needs to be somewhere in between 18.5 and 24.9. 25, so 18.5 to 24.9 is normal. That is my goal, to get in that range and to stay within that range. Overweight is 25 to 29.9 BMI. Obesity class 1 is 30 to 34.9. So let's say I'm currently in class 2 obesity, 35, and I'm almost out of that bracket of 35 because I'm on the low end of 35. So by the end of this month, June, if I have met my goal, I will now be bumped down to class 1 obesity. So by the end of June, I'll be class 1 obesity. May, I was class 2. I'm currently in class 2. And then if I were to go way back before I lost those 62 pounds, my highest weight was 262 pounds. And that was definitely class 3. I was all the way up to class 3 when I made that change from 2023, December 2023. So I was getting there. I was getting at the top of the scale. And so now I'm making my way down. So by June, I'll be class 1. By July, I'll still be in class 1. It won't be until November that I will be um, out of the obese category and I'll just be overweight. And that's at a weight of 165 pounds because your BMI is based off of your height and your weight. So I will just be overweight for my height. And then losing 10 more pounds would put me in the normal range, but it'll put me at the higher end of the normal range because the normal range would be from 18.5 to 24.9. And at my projected weight of 157 by December, if I continue to lose 10 pounds each month, I would be at a weight of 155, which would put my BMI at 24.3. So that's a little bit low. That's a little bit, below. So maybe let's just see what 140 would do. I'm not saying that I'm aiming to do that, but let me just enter this in. Let me just enter in 145. Okay, so that put me at 22.8. Now 130, that would bring me all the way back to how much I weighed when I was in high school. It depends on how my body composure looks. As you can see on the videos, I'll continue sharing that and I can see a difference. I don't know if you guys saw a difference, but I can see a difference. Even though I still have these rolls in the back, I'm actually trying to work more in the gym on my abs and my core to tighten that up. So I was doing more. And then I'm also trying to be more consistent in the gym, even though I've maintained my gym routine of going to the gym in the mornings. I've normally in the past spent 2 hours in the gym. So that means I have to make it to the gym at 5. And I leave the gym by 7 because that's normally the time that I drop my son off to school. And then for the summertime, he'll be going to daycare when I have to go to work. And so we'll already be out and up and ready to go. So, so that kind of goes into detail of where my mind frame is for this goal is to get my BMI in the healthy range. And so on the next time I will share the scale, like the scale for the BMI. I'll share more details of that on the slides. So my goal is to lose at least 10 pounds and I am on my way because you can see those bars are going down, down, down. And I need to be somewhere. So my weight should be somewhere along this line by the end of this year. Close to this middle line here. No longer up there, down here. And I was making my way to double the weight that I should be because 262 is it's getting close to 300. And if my normal weight should be like 150, I've doubled how much I should weigh. And that, I know that would not be good. It would just wear down my body. And I don't want that. And goal number 5 is to open up savings accounts. So I have 4 savings accounts that I am planning on opening up by the end of this month. And so what I did is created a table to project when I'm going to plan to open up the account so I can just go ahead and set a date. So then when that date comes, I need to have something to put towards that savings account just to start it out. So I also I actually put the dates here, so I'll see if I'm able to keep these projected dates or whether I have to push them back or change them, whatever the case may be. Or maybe I'll be able to put my initial deposit into some of these a little bit earlier. So I just want to track where I'm at on my deadlines. And then I'm going to actually share how much deposit did I make initially. How much. So I will want to, my goal is to try to see how much, as much as possible, because my initial balance, as I shared on a previous video where I went into details on the calculator, and I think I have it linked also below in the description, a calculator that you can use for the high yield savings accounts that I'm actually going to be opening up for each of these accounts. And your initial deposit does make a difference in how much your money grow over time. Your initial deposit and then how often you put into the account, as well as the interest and whether or not it compounds daily, monthly, yearly, so forth and so on. So those are my goals for June. And I am going to be keeping tabs on my goals every week now. So on Saturday, on June the 7th, I will be here again sharing my progress on these goals. So again, if it is something that is motivating you or encouraging you, or is something that piques your interest, you'll like to see how I'm able to progress on my goals, and that in turn might motivate you to start working on any of your goals. If you're liking this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you at the end of the upcoming week. You have a nice day and be blessed.